For the toss, I've got with me the two umpires, Messrs. Juma and Shabangu, the two captains, the two Zintlays, Kula and Mali, and as the home captain, Zintlay Mali will toss the coin.
Other side is tails. Tails is a call. It is a head.
Okay, Zintlay, come and talk to me. So you won the toss, what are you going to do?
We won a ball first. The reason is because of we see the conditions of the weather. It will be very favouring the bowling side in the morning, and then we'll take it from there.
Now you've lost your top scorer from yesterday, Michaela Andrews. Tell us about that.
Yeah, unfortunately for her, she's out due to her injury. Unfortunately, but yeah, she scored a beautiful half a century and plus yesterday. It's a big loss, but I think we can manage.
And you think you can bounce back from the defeat yesterday?
Yeah. We're bouncing back today, and we really have to have it our favours, and we can make it work.
Lovely. Thanks for talking to us. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Let's bring in your opposite number. Zintlay, you have been put into bat. What would you have done?
Preferably we wanted to bowl. I mean, it makes sense in these conditions to bowl first, but then I back my batters to come through for us this morning. So looking forward to the game.
Must be a very happy squad after what you did yesterday.
No, definitely. But then we won calm and humbled squad. So what happened yesterday belongs to yesterday. Today's a new day. So
any changes in your side?
Just one change. Kayakazi Mate is in for today, and Giselle Abrams is sitting out.
Okay, good luck for today.
Thank you so much.
Okay, there's the news from the middle. The Hollywoodbets Dolphins have won the toss. They're going to have a bowl.
Yeah, better. Up, mate.
Hello, welcome. It's Sunday at Hollywoodbets Kingsmead. We had a Hollywoodbets T50 yesterday. It's the T20 today. Same two sides. The six-gun grill Garden Route Badgers will be batting first. They have been put into bat by the Hollywoodbets Dolphins, and it will be Zintle Mali to open the bowling, and she will be bowling to Julia Hole, who is not out from yesterday. A magnificent 105 not out in the chase. 244 for two. The Badgers finished an 8-wicket win, and that 105 not out from Julia Hole, a career best. It included 12 fours and came off 148 balls. So although she might be feeling a little bit stiff this morning, she will be seeing the ball like a beach ball. The Hollywoodbets Dolphins have made a couple of changes to their side, which I will update you with as we go through this first over. So first ball of the day, Zintle Mali to Julia Hole, and starts with one that cuts the red line, but it's not given as a wide. So just to give you those changes, Moodley Bustani, the left-handed batter, is in for the injured Michaela Andrews, and that's a big blow for the Dolphins. Andrews was their top scorer yesterday with a magnificent 74 that propelled them to 234 for 7. 243 for 7, I should say. At the end, it wasn't enough runs, but Andrews played really well and then got injured in the field and can only bowl 4 of her 10-over stint. That'll be a wide. That's the first run on the board. And the other change for the Dolphins is the Carwood twins have swapped. Asam Kele played yesterday, and she is replaced by her twin Ezichle today. Alongside me is Vaughan Finnyarsfeld, as yesterday. Vaughan, very different conditions today.
Morning, Andy. Morning, everybody. Yeah, bit of cloud cover, bit of swing. But I think these two batters will be loving the conditions at the moment.
Big hit and Holes out at mid-on. How about that? A century yesterday, a duck today. And the Dolphins have got the early breakthrough. Hole has gone for naught, and the total is 1 for 1.
Commentator's curse, Andy.
That was Bonetti at mid-on, who took the catch, made good ground to get under the ball.
See that replay. Julia Hall just trying to hit it over Milan. Unfortunately, not getting the middle of the bat. Straight to Milan with Bonetti taking a simple catch. The Dolphins ladies would be smiling now because yesterday the wickets were hard to come by. They've got one relatively quite early now.
And how are the mighty fallen? Yeah, I'm sure it's happened to you. 100 one day, duck the next.
100%. Almost feel that she was just carrying on from yesterday. She needed to start again, maybe. But we all learn from those mistakes. I'm sure she'll go back home and realize next time just to... Got quite a lot of time to bat in this 20-over game.
Now, this is interesting. It looks to me as if Yolandi Pochita has been sent up the order. Didn't bat yesterday, obviously, because of the 8-wicket win. And she replaces Julia Hole. Non-striker is Gabby Lewis. And I'll talk to you a little bit about Gabby Lewis at the end of the over. What an interesting story. So Zintle Mali making the breakthrough, 1 for 1. She won the toss and put the opposition in because she felt that the conditions would be conducive to bowling. Little inside edge onto that. Otherwise, they were all going up for LBW. And Pochita is off the mark.
I see the captain going with a 7-2 field in a T20. She's backing her outswing deliveries.
Right arm over to.
Yeah, that could explain, of course, that the opening 2 deliveries very wide of the off stump. Can't afford to bowl 2 straight. So this is Gabby Lewis on strike now. She's the current captain of Ireland and playing for the 6-gun grill Garden Route Badgers as their allowed overseas player. Fancied a summer in South Africa, and why not? And starts with a 4 through mid-wicket. That's a beautiful stroke from Gabby Lewis.
I think the way she's carrying on here, she might want to come back year after year, Andy. Beautiful timing off her legs. It's almost like she didn't even hit that.
Just a little bit over pitched, but my word, she hit it well. And that'll be 4 more. No, it won't. There is a third man in place, and I should have realised that, of course, when Vaughan van Jaarsveld said that it was a 7-2. So gets away with the single. Lewis steals the strike. The Badgers are 7 for 1. And the player out is yesterday's Centurion, Julia Hole. Caught Bonetti, Bob Marley, naught. So, yeah, obviously, Vaughan, you're a living embodiment of the idea that South African cricketers like to go and play in Britain and Ireland. And Gabby Lewis is going the other way. And she's played in the 100 and looking, I think, just to get as much experience as possible.
I think it's fantastic, Andy, getting some of the overseas players coming to play in our competitions. We can obviously test our ladies against some of the world's best. You did tell me that Gabby Lewis is the Ireland captain. She also made her debut when she was 13. I'll leave the rest up to you. Very interesting story.
Yeah, let's leave you on tenterhooks until this ball is delivered. Here comes Bonetti. Oh, up in the air. This is a chance. Doesn't quite make enough ground. Square leg was coming off the boundary. Mid-wicket was chasing hard, and one of those balls that just dropped in the middle of the pair of them. So Gabby Lewis gets away with it. Gabby Lewis has one statistic that nobody will ever be able to take away from her. She's the first international cricketer born in the 21st century. That's well bowled by Bonetti. She bowls in swing. So she made her debut against South Africa in England in an ODI series in 2014, becoming the youngest Irish international at the age of 13 years and 166 days. Played two ODIs against South Africa in 2014, and she was born in the 21st century. And in many, many, many years from now, she can put that on her gravestone.
100%. The only cricketer worldwide, men and women, nice stat to take to your grave. Born in the 21st century. I was very impressed with her yesterday, Andy. She looked $1 million. Unfortunately got out. She's looking good today.
This is Pockiter on strike. That's a wide. Yeah, Lewis made 47 off 49 balls yesterday in the 50 over game with 8 boundaries, and was dominating a partnership with Julia Hole for the first wicket. They put on 86 together, and then 2 wickets fell quickly, and the Dolphins felt that they were in the contest. Not to be, because the game was finished off by a magnificent century stand for the 3rd wicket. Pockiter's away quickly for another single. That'll give Lewis the strike. So yeah, 243 for 7 put up by the Dolphins yesterday, and the Badgers knocked them off with 3.4 overs to spare, and that's a clup, really.
Julia Hall, ably assisted by Cilliers. She played very well for her 71.
That'll be another wide.
Almost see that Benetti's not getting the in-swing she was getting yesterday.
That's exactly what I was thinking, the same thing, that she's bowling out there because she's expecting it to come in and it hasn't moved.
A change of field, yeah. Fine legs coming up and cover sweepers going back down.
We've also got square leg on the boundary. Oh, in the air and gets away with it. She was through the shot before the ball had arrived.
Which looked like a slow ball variation. It's not reaching the batter in time.
I wonder, I know Lewis is a common name, but the Ireland men's team was captained by Alan Lewis back in the early 90s. I wonder, could they be related? That's a great shot. Beautiful stroke. Through extra cover for 4.
I was just going to say, well bowled. She's hit that straight off Benetti's length. Straight bat through the cover. And Lewis is carrying on where she left off yesterday. But we'll do some research for you, Andy. We'll find out if Alan Lewis is the father or related somehow. Just go to the trusty Cricket Info app.
Ah, right. Yes, go for it. Go for it. Well, Alan Lewis, probably better known in South Africa for his rugby, because he was an international referee. So Zintle Mali to continue. Successful first over for the Dolphins captain. That one's gone away for 4. It's a long chase for third man. She's not going to get there. Was in the air for quite a long time from Pochita's bat. But the runs are starting to flow now for the 6-gun grill Garden Route Badgers. 19 for 1.
And Andy, well done. It is her father, Alan Lewis.
That's nicely played.
Alan Lewis's dad played he must have played in first class cricket. And he's got 2 daughters, Gabby Lewis, and the other one is Robin Lewis. She played 2015 to 2017.
Well, Alan Lewis was a number 4 bat for Ireland, commentated on him, and he could play. And clearly the genes have been well passed down. That's a good Yorker.
Grandfather, father, 2 daughters. Fantastic to see.
Yeah. It's a little bit like the McLaren family down in Kimberley, isn't it? They go down the decades.
100%. And they branch out as well.
Edged and gone. What a great delivery from Zintle Mali. Pochita getting a nick on that, and a good catch by Yasmin Khan. It's 19 for 2.
Pochita out for 6 off 9 balls, 1-4. You see the replay here. She's just going to tell Andy that she needs to drag her length back a touch, and she's done so, dragging Pochita forward, getting that edge straight to the keeper. What a good take by Yasmin Khan. As we see Mapu coming to the wicket now. The Badgers are struggling at 19 for 2 in the 3rd over.
So exactly the start that they would have wanted.
Andy, obviously just an observation, but we obviously are playing a different format, but it's nice to see the Dolphins ladies jubilant and full of life and encouraging one another, because yesterday was a very quiet day.
Yes, yeah. As that century partnership grew, it got quieter and quieter.
It's good to see that the captain's also leading from the front. Very vocal, very astute in what she's looking to do. Still sticking with that 7-2 field. And why not?
So this is the Badgers wicketkeeper, Palesa Marpo, born in Soweto. And Marley went wicketless yesterday and wasn't at her best, but has picked up those two early wickets here and has put her side on top at 19 for 2.
Oh, well bowled again. Very good into the second over of Marley's. 2 for 11. Halfway through the power play, Andy. What are you looking for here? The Badgers, what would they be happy with after 6 overs?
Well, I would have thought that the first thing that they don't want to do is lose another wicket. I suppose in 20 over cricket, it doesn't matter as much as it does in 50 over cricket. So maybe they lose another one. It's not the end of the world. But if Lewis can dominate the strike, sky's the limit, really. I mean, she's played some fantastic shots. So in 3 overs, maybe add another 18, 37 for 2.
It's not a bad shot. I think if Lewis is at the wicket, I'm rather going between 42 and 47.
And she's got that one through as well. That's 4 more. Love the way she got down to the ball and hit it off the face of the angled bat.
The thing that I enjoy most, and even from yesterday, is she's almost just looking from up top here. You can just see the way she leans on the ball. So she's expecting that timing just to come through the shot instead of forcing it. So see there, it's just leant on and it's sped away through the point and cover region for 4.
Looks to have a very sound technique in defence as well. I'm sure that explains the fact that she, at the age of 24, she's been playing international cricket for 11 years. Full toss, and she'll be disappointed she didn't put that away.
Yeah, she looks like a complete cricketer. Nice technique. Very simple. Very effective.
There's that in-swing that we became accustomed to yesterday. Looks like Bonetti's found a little bit of rhythm here in her second over. I mentioned those 2 changes to the Dolphins side. Change to the Badgers side is that Giselle Abrams, who bowled some decent leg spin yesterday, she's been left out. And Kaya Marte comes in.
Much better line from Bonetti. Almost feel that wide one. Just let's the batter free her hands. Easy option to score. There's a lot of acreage there on the offside towards the long boundary. A lot more space.
Over the top she goes, but doesn't go over the top. Alex Candler takes the catch, and that is 3 down. What a finish to the over. The Badgers are 23 for 3.
Lewis gone for 14 off 11, 3 boundaries. You see here, she just played the wrong length. Maybe a shuffle down the wicket. Get it more smoother over mid-off. She's going back to the change room now. You see Moodley joining Mapu at the crease now. 2 new batters. Badgers are 23 for 3.
So 2 batters on naught. And just as Lewis was looking to really dominate, hits the wrong ball. Probably just misjudged the pace of the delivery. Looking to hit it to the sight screen, hit it straight up in the air.
Almost looks like she just misjudged the length. Brought back a little bit by Benetti. Stretching forward, trying to hit it over the top. Probably getting it towards the splice of the bat.
Now, the person who took that catch was Alex Candler, and she did not bowl at all yesterday. She's coming on to replace her captain, Zintle Marley. Marley making the 2 early breaks and bowled really well. Candler, I know she's been under a little bit of an injury cloud. Maybe they didn't want to risk her yesterday in a 50-over game, but here she is.
A little bit of pace there.
Yeah, just got it up off her length, didn't she? Yeah, I was about to say that Marley had to make a decision as to whether she was going to continue halfway through her allotment of 4, and she's obviously made the decision, maybe after the dismissal of Lewis, that she could now come back later. Edged and gone!
Beautiful.
Candler's got the 4th, and that is Marpo gone for a duck. It's 23 for 4.
Well bowled, well caught. Everything's going right for the Dolphins ladies at the moment. Mapu goes for 0 or 4 balls. You see in the replay, she's just dragged into that cover drive, a little bit wide of the stumps. Beautiful take at slip.
Seshni Naidu at slip, and a little bit of late swing. So a dream start for the Dolphins and a nightmare for the Badgers. 23 for 4.
You see the captain Kula coming to the crease now. Need to try and build up a partnership somewhere, somehow.
We're seeing people with bat in hand that we didn't see yesterday because of the 8-wicket win.
With the Badgers now have to sort of think when they're going to put Janse van Rensburg in.
Well, it's an opening partnership now. Neither player has faced a ball. So you were talking about if Lewis stays 47 for 2. Well, here we are at 23 for 4 with 10 balls left in the power play.
Maybe hoping for 30, 33. Woodley did bat yesterday. She got 2 off, I think it was 2 off 8 balls.
Yep, that's right.
She played around 1 LBW. Hopefully try and make amends today. Can they build a partnership here, these 2 ladies?
No, they can't, because that is middle stump out of the ground and leg stump. Candler picks up a second. Cooler has gone for a duck. It is 23 for 5.
Goodness gracious. You see the back of a length, nipping back, taking leg stump out the ground, rearranging middle stump. Not a bad opening over from Alex Candler. Shading bowled four balls. She's taken 2 wickets already.
Well, I did mention when she came on to bowl that she hadn't bowled at all yesterday. Well, if she was available and didn't bowl yesterday, they must be scratching their heads now because she's looked a class above.
100%. A bit more pace, a bit more bounce. She looks hungry. She extended her run up by another 2 paces I saw.
Yeah, didn't make runs yesterday, which is her prime focus in the game. But now doing it with the ball. Candler has got 2 for none off 4 deliveries. For those who don't know, the first girl to captain a boys' school first team in South Africa. That's a good leave.
Well bowled again. What school was that, Andy?
Howick High. Also, those of you who are listening, Howick High, which has produced a lot of really good sports people over the years, is raising money now to put in a hockey astro. And they're looking for sponsorship. So if you're listening, Alex Candler went to Howick High. Go and back Howick High. Most famous cricketer to come out of Howick High? Neil Johnson.
Gee whiz, okay.
That's well bowled. Neil Johnson again will have on his gravestone, he made 143 against Australia at Lords in a World Cup for Zimbabwe.
And oh boy, could you play cricket.
Oh yes.
I didn't even know that. Wow, okay.
So that is a double wicket maiden for Alex Candler, and how well she bowled.
I saw a friend of mine last night at dinner, who also comes from Howick High, but not a sportsman though.
Well, the Deputy Mayor of the Umgeni municipality, Samdile Umnakati, is also a alumni of Howick High. It's a government school, and one of those schools that gives a good name to government schools. Now, I'm going to step out. So Andiswa Zuma is going to come in to join Vorm van Jaarsveld.
So we see a change of the old Fort Road end. Session United back into the attack. Starts with a full toss. Moodley would be kicking herself, not getting that to the boundary. Lovely juicy full toss to start off with. So we see a change of mid-wicket going to short 45. Ball, quick single. Shot. Good run from Cilliers. Morning, Zooms. How are you?
Morning, Vaughan. Raining wickets here at the Hollywoodbets Kingsmead Oval.
It's been interesting. 5.2 overs. Seen some decent bowling. 1 or 2 poor shots, but it is what it is. Session United into her work now. Keeping it nice and tight. Oh, bowled.
It's been some good disciplined bowling from the Hollywoodbets Dolphins women. It's been relentless from both ends. Incredible start.
Full toss. Oh no, unfortunately he's dive and miss from the deep square. Gone for 4. Nearly thought Moodley just got that straight down to square leg for another single. They'll be happy they got the boundary there.
SWD will take any runs that come their way at the moment. The Dolphins need to make sure that they keep their foot on the necks.
Well bowled again from Naidu. She finishes her over. Gone for 6. Score is 29 for 5 after 6. That's power play done.
It's safe to say that's a very good power play from the Dolphins here. Vaughan, usually they say if you take 2 or 3 sticks in the power play, you're in the bossing seat for the game. So to take 5, it means that the Hollywoodbets Dolphins are really in a very strong position. But they'll want to make sure that they keep the pressure on and not let it slip here.
Totally agree with you, Zooms. Badgers now need to sort of build a partnership and try and get to triple figures, get to 100 and over, just to try and make it an interesting game. Can't lose another wicket early now. You almost want them to get close to that 120 mark. So just under 100 runs. Just to make it interesting. Just to put the pressure back on the Dolphins ladies. Well bowled again from Candler. Searching for that Yorker.
So good to see the mindset here from the Dolphins, Vaughan. Even though we've exited the power play, the slip's still in place, still in an attacking mindset. They're still trying to get wickets, which is a really good mindset to have. Candler hitting a really good line in the length here.
Oh, it's in front. Umpire Juma not interested. Cilliers looking leg side. There's only 3 fielders on the leg side. Do you see the replay here, Zooms? Oh, it looks
That's
adjacent.
That
looks
really
very close.
It does seem as though Vaughan, she got a little bit of an inside edge on it, which would have been the saving.
Oh no, there's no inside edge there, Zooms. She's probably hit her shoe. She'll take that though. She's still batting.
The last ball of the over now, Vaughan, but don't you maybe think that maybe the first 4 balls of the over, given the situation of the game and where the Dolphins find themselves, it would have been worth it to even have your cover up, keep the pressure on. Bowlers are executing their lines and lengths perfectly. Force the batter to keep trying to play those scoring shots and possibly bring forth more opportunities for more wickets. But you can tend to be a little bit greedy in this game. Just putting it out there.
I think, looking at the game situation, I scratch my head sometimes because you bowled with a 7-2 field, you got 2 wickets and a maiden. I would have done the same. If you are being greedy, then that's okay. If you get hit for a couple of boundaries, that's all right, because the score at the time was 25 for 5. So why not? Why not try and get another 1 or 2 wickets and put the pressure back on the Badgers? If they got 2 or 3 boundaries, that's 12 runs. It's not the end of the world. And then from the 7th over, you could then just carry on with your spin. You can make sure that things are going in the right direction. Almost, you see it time and time again, even sometimes in the men's game, where the fielding side or batting side just take their foot off the gas sometimes. Another single from Moodley. They almost take their foot off the gas and you're going, but just hang in there for one more. You never know what could happen. Essentially Naidu with another full toss. See, deep square has moved a lot finer, so it's only one.
I see with Naidu, she does have the sweeper up, which is also really good. I 100% agree with you, Vaughan. If you find yourself in such a situation in the game, you want to be capitalizing as much as possible. If it means that they hit a good shot through the covers, well, then so be it.
Another full toss. Oh, evades the mid-on, goes for 4. Well struck from Moodley. She moves to 10 of 7 balls.
Naidu will be really disappointed with her over so far. She hasn't really been executing. She wants to get back to that good line and length as quickly as possible, and because of her errors, they now have had to spread the field and take care of the boundaries.
Mid-on has gone down to long on. Cover sweeper. Well bowled.
That's more like it.
Good sesh, good sesh. Down.
Well bowled again. Obviously the restrictions are out, so you can have 4 in the ring. Tempting Woodley with that mid-off still up. Try and go over the top, but that's another good over. Badgers are 35 for 5 after 8 overs.
Strong finish from Naidu. That was much better in the over. She closed it off really nicely.
See Alex Kander getting another over. Captain trusting her to get another breakthrough. Would still like to see this cover up.
If you're going to be bowling like that, Vaughan.
And also even the fine leg, it's a wasted position. You can even bring your fine leg up into a catching cover.
Yeah.
Put some pressure on the batters. If they want to hit across the line, so be it. That's a risk they're going to have to take. It's almost like you're giving them free runs now at the moment. Just like that.
Drag a little bit short by Candler. And the batter was up to the challenge. A little bit of a misfield there at mid-wicket, which is also not ideal for the Dolphins, but the Badgers will definitely take that as they need as many runs as possible here.
You've seen the replay there, Zooms. Half tracker. Sat up nicely. Cilliers has hit that as hard as anybody. And gone straight through the fielder. Back to normal line and length now.
Where she's been most of the morning. Really, really good. It seems as though if you're hitting that type of area, it's really difficult to get away. She'd want to be there as many times as possible.
Oh, well bowled, well played. Now so on drive, down the ground to long on for 1. Just say, Zooms, you're almost giving them free runs. The tap has opened a little bit here. Badgers have raised to 40 with the 5 wickets down.
Two to come, right arm over.
Almost look, the singles have become so easy to get.
I just feel when they've made it a little bit easy for these batters to get accustomed to conditions. Field is spread. They don't need to take any high-risk shots. They can just play safe cricketing shots and be able to rotate the strike, form a bit of a partnership. The only way the Badgers get back into the game here is if there's a bit of a partnership between Cilliers and Moodley. And that's exactly what you don't want if you're the Dolphins. So they need to be a little bit careful here not to bring them back into the game by being a little bit defensive. With mid on up, there would have been a dot ball one.
Well, that's what I say exactly. There's too many holes here at the moment. It's the end of the 9th over. Badgers are 41 for 5.
Power rate, please. Power rate. Power rate. Power rate. Power rate.
Ladies ask specifically what they want to drink to get some rehydration going. Sishni Naidu carrying on from the old Fort Road end. See, Zooms, you look at this field, even you got your long on, your cow corner, deep square, and your cover sweeper. There's so many gaps where ones turn into twos. If you hit the gap properly, it turns into boundaries. Oh, great fielding by the point fielder. Who's that? Chloe Gandon, I think. Can't really. Oh no, sorry, that's Jade de Figueiredo. Good stop by her at point.
Really.
Saving it definitely another 2 or 3 runs there.
Yeah. Really does feel good as a bowler when you feel like your fielders are backing you up. It's a great effort there at point to save 2 or 3 runs. Slightly better start here from Naidu in this over.
Well bowled again. Head out to that cover sweeper for a single.
Von, there may be some youngsters listening and watching this game and maybe wanting to learn as much as possible. I see with the leg spinner to the right hand with the ball turning it away. Would it be better to have a long on out, or is it better to have a long off out in such a situation?
For me, I'd rather have your long off out and your long on back at mid on. You want the batter to hit across the line, especially against a spin. Oh. Quick single. Yeah, you want them to hit across the line with that spin going away from them, but also with the long off out, you're inviting them to drive down the ground. So you're bringing that caught and bowled in. If they had a slip, you bring your slip into play.
And there you go.
And your short cover. But now I would be clever enough now to bring, okay, they're bringing deep mid wicket in. I'd also bring long on in. She's only on 8 or 16 balls, so
Yep.
take the risk, hit it over the top. So they're obviously thinking here, as deep mid wicket goes to short 45, they're thinking maybe Cilliers might look for a sweep. Short, wide, under edge. It's the end of the 10th over. Badgers are 44 for 5. I'm going to give way to Andy.
Morning, Zooms. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and yourself. Andy, welcome back.
Thank you. Nice to be here. Well, the Badgers have done a bit of consolidating since I left. They were 23 for 5 when I stepped out. They're now 44 for 5 after 10 overs. So at halfway, 44 for 5 isn't too bad. If it was 44 for 3, it would look a lot better.
It would.
But just a little bit of background. These two sides played a previous match in this series, and both sides lost heavily in the T20s. So this is a very important win for whoever comes through here.
Very big game in the context here, Andy. And I think Cilliers and Moodley are starting to put together a bit of a partnership here for their team that's going to serve them really good.
Good shot from Moodley to pick up a single. Yeah, Cilliers batted really well yesterday. 70 not out in a century partnership to win the match with Julia Hull, and really looked a class act. You feel she's probably got to bat through here if they're going to get a good score. But just to go back to that game that the Hollywoodbets Dolphins played in the T20, it was against the Lions at the Wanderers, and they were 77 all out. And although they came back with the ball, the Lions won that match by 3 wickets at 81 for 7. So they're not immune themselves to collapses, and the Badgers will have that to hang on to.
Hearing those stats, and it does seem as though this Dolphins bowling lineup do know how to take wickets. They've proved that again this morning, having the Badgers 5 down halfway through. They definitely want to continue that if they want to be in a really strong position, but by the time 20 overs comes.
Yeah, and amazing to see the effect that Alex Candler had when she came into the attack. She didn't bowl at all yesterday. We were speculating that she's still rehabilitating from injury, and maybe they felt that they'd save her up for today. Well, it worked. The first 2 overs, she had 2 for none. So that is 11 overs done. Badgers 45 for 5, so just a single off the over.
Just going back to Alex Candler, Andy, the first time I met her, we were in the Midlands. She was over in the Midlands to do a bit of extra work on her body, so she does seem to be someone who's really dedicated towards her cricket, which is really good to see, and to see someone produce such results is a good thing to see that the hard work does pay off. She's really dedicated towards her craft.
Yeah, got good cricketing genes, of course. Father played for Zimbabwe, and her younger sister, who's still at Howick High, is bowling like the wind, I'm told.
Runs in the family.
So Moodley on strike now. She's got herself into double figures, 14 off 16. Needs to make it count. This is Jade de Figueiredo, and that is over the head of mid-off. Full toss, got what it deserved.
A little bit earlier on, we alluded to how important it is for the Dolphins to ensure that they're still disciplined with their bowling. They tend to be giving away some easy, soft options for the batters to score off, which is just getting the Badgers straight into the game here. This partnership is really crucial to give them something to bowl to, and these two are playing really, really brilliantly right now to bring their team back in the game.
Well, they've more than doubled the score, this 6th wicket partnership. Oh, Moodley's come all the little bit of hesitation between the batters brought a little bit of hesitation from the fielder there. Otherwise, that was a simple run out.
Which brings up the 50 runs for the Badgers.
Yeah, second ball of the 12th over. Well bowled, nicely played.
At what point here, Andy, do you think they are planning to pull the trigger? How long are they going to consolidate for, rotate, strike? Because that time has to come sooner or later. At what over do you think that will happen?
Well, you got to ask the question: how much batting is there to come?
Yeah.
And at 5 down, you don't want to be losing another wicket for at least a couple of overs. And just from a quality perspective, you want these two to be there as long as possible. And bat time. That sounds crazy when there are only 9 overs left, but bat time.
I was thinking to myself, Andy, that they might maybe stretch it to that 16th over, playing the same way that they're playing now, and maybe possibly from there look to really put the pressure onto the bowlers and get as many runs as possible on the board.
Well, de Figueiredo doing well there. Her first over. She bowled a full toss first ball that got punished, but after that bowled pretty well. So 51 for 5, 12 gone, and that other T20 game played by the Six-Gun Grill Southwestern District's Badgers was against Western Province down at Newlands, and they restricted Province to 123 for 8, but then were bowled out themselves for 101. So a 22-run win for Western Province. And in a short tournament, you can't afford to lose games. This is Gubani, who bowled very well yesterday in the 50-over game. Well, that probably was a run, and it will be now. You could just see the discussions opening up between the two batters there.
Yeah.
Cilliers down the pitch and 4. That's a great shot.
That is a beautiful cricket shot by Cilliers. Against the turn, beating mid off to her right. By no means was that ball a half volley either. I thought there was beautiful balance, great movement of the feet. That's just a beautiful cricket shot by Cilliers, as we can see it here on the replay. Oh, exquisite.
Yeah, she's really in form as Isel Cilliers. She got 65 against Western Province in the 50-over game. And then yesterday, 70 not out in the match-winning third wicket partnership. It's well fielded.
I think at times, Andy, some things, for you to understand the difficulty of them, you actually have to try and do them. To be able to hit the ball against the turn with that much control is an extremely difficult thing to be able to do.
There's the reverse sweep, and it's well fielded. They might think about 2 here. They should come back, and they do. You know, when you talk about playing against the turn, there's a trigger in my brain that goes back to the early days of the Proteas re-emerging into international cricket. And they played India in a test series, and Mohammad Azharuddin was the captain of India. He was tall, upright, right-handed batter. And I remember watching him play Paul Adams. And Paul Adams is spinning the ball like a top away from the right-hander. And Mohammad Azharuddin at Newlands got a fantastic 100. And he just played Paul Adams as if he was bowling lobs in the garden, and got outside off stump and just turned the ball through a little gap at mid-wicket to rotate the strike, and did it time and time and time again. That's a good straight hit, but there is insurance down on the long-on boundary.
It wouldn't be an Andy commentary stint without a bit of history.
Well, I'm old. I'm a lot older than you are. That's one more. This is good batting from these two, hitting the ball straight.
Really good batting from these two. They're accepting the scenario, accepting the situation, and not trying to force anything out of it. They know that if they're together by the 16th, 17th over, they would have had a really good base to pull the trigger from. Really good batting from these two.
That's in the air, but it's well placed between the two boundary riders. So for the first time in the innings now, there's a little bit of crisis for the Hollywoodbets Dolphins. It's not out of control by any means, but these two came together at 23 for 5, and it's now 62 for 5.
Bit of a round arm.
It's a good comeback this from De Figueiredo. 2 dot balls in a row after the first 3 were punched straight down the ground.
She'll want to end this over nice and strong. Give 1 max, preferably a dot ball would be great.
Oh, very nearly picked up a wicket. Cilliers was in position for that little ramp shot very early. It's a tough shot to play, the ramp, when there's no pace at all on the ball.
Really, really difficult. And you ask yourself, what is the value going to get out of it if there's no pace on the ball? Is it worth the risk to only get 1 or 2 runs off it? That's probably something that Cilliers will be asking herself. When a spinner is bowling it a little bit quicker, then probably a good option because you may get a boundary off it. But as you say, Andy, when it's so slow in the air, is it worth the risk? Only Cilliers will know.
Yeah, because it's probably, if you do get bat on it, it's probably going to go straight up in the air.
Yeah.
So Gubani to continue. 6 overs left in the innings. And now the Badgers will be thinking about pressing the accelerator. That's well fielded. I love to see a spinner so confident off her own bowling.
Speaking of that confidence, Andy, I mean, we're slowly approaching the death overs now, and she's still bowling with only 4 outside the ring when she's allowed a total of 5. So she's really backing herself here in terms of her execution.
It's a lovely reverse sweep. Chance of 2 here. Moodley's coming back to the danger end, and she will make it no problem. Gabani yesterday in the defeat was probably the pick of the bowlers. 10 overs, no maidens, 1 for 40 in an 8-wicket defeat. You know, those are good figures.
Those are good returns.
In the air and safe. Just 1 bounce down to Bonetti on the long-on boundary. So the thing that the Dolphins are doing right at the moment is they're not leaking boundaries.
Which is really important, and I think Gubani here is showing some really good smarts. Moodley gave herself a bit of room and just followed her, took all the pace off the ball.
Cilliers, great shot. Got all of that.
She's done it again, Andy. She seems to play that shot really, really well. I actually think that one was even better than the first one. Over the top with great control. Fantastic cricket shot by Cilliers. She really, really, really looks quality.
Yeah, have a look at the replay. What's the free swing of the arms?
That's beautiful. Lighting up Kingsmead.
One more. Candler comes across and has a shy. Oh, nobody backing up. Chance of 2 here, and they will get it there. That's a sloppy piece of out cricket from the Hollywoodbets Dolphins.
Great piece of cricket from the Badgers. Sloppy piece of cricket from the Hollywoodbets Dolphins. I think that there's 2 lessons one could have learned. Cilliers went for the boundary the previous ball. The next ball, she was only just looking for 1. Shows great maturity in the way to approach your innings. She really ran hard between the wickets, put the fielders under pressure. And another learning curve of that little period of play is that you should always be backing up every throw on the field to not look sloppy.
Last ball of the over. Oh, very nearly got out to it. You wonder when Cilliers can hit the ball straight so beautifully, why she's looking for those paddle shots that aren't really on. So that is the end of the 15th over. I'll say thank you very much to Zuma and bring in Vorm van Jaarsveld for the last 5. So the Badgers recovering brilliantly from 23 for 5 to 71 for 5. And so they've put on 48 in 10 overs, which might not seem a lot, Vaughan, but it's a lot better than 23 for 5.
100%, Andy. Good batting from these 2 young ladies, or experienced ladies, I should say.
These next 5 overs might just define the Dolphins season. Can they keep it tight, or are the Badgers going to get away? That's in the air. There is a player there. She has taken the catch.
Oh, what a catch.
Brilliantly taken on the boundary. And that is the breakthrough that they were so desperate for. 71 for 6 now. Moodley gone for 25 off 27 balls.
It's an unbelievable catch on the boundary, Andy. But like you say, the Dolphins ladies need to take the next 4 wickets quite quickly. You don't want the Badgers to get anything over 100. Might make chasing that much more difficult when the Dolphins do go in bat. As we see Derrida coming to the wicket now to join Cilliers.
Watch that catch again on your screens. Did so well to get under the ball. Even if she dropped it, she's got her body between her and the ground.
I think that's what happened, and then getting up excitedly with the ball still in her hands.
So we'll have 4 overs left after this one, and Zintle Marley, the captain, will bowl 2 of them, I'm sure. Bowled beautifully with the new ball. Then it'll be a question of who bowls out with her.
I'm guessing maybe one from Benetti and one from Candler.
So this is Mickey Derrida on strike now, facing her first ball. Well bowled.
Oh,
Well kept.
bit of a mix-up there.
Yasmin Khan has saved 4 runs there.
Good grab with the left hand.
They'll get through for, what is it, leg by? Was there a bit of bat there? Leg by is the call. So it's Cilliers who's the important player now. 23 off 36. She's got a bat through, you feel. Oh, she's tipped it round the post for a single.
Very unfortunate. Covering player not expecting her to get to that ball.
The Dolphins won't mind that they've got Cilliers off strike. It's a good shot from Derrida. Should only be 1. And she will steal the strike at the end of the 16th over. 4 to come. And Zintle Marley bringing herself straight back into the attack.
Do you think the Badgers, I mean, looking at that scoreboard, Andy, 26 runs away from 100? Maybe trying to get to that 36, 46, try and get that run, those runs past 100, 110, give them something to bowl at?
Weather's improved considerably from when they did the toss, when there were sort of heavy black clouds over, and that influenced Zintle Marley, the girl on your screen, to insert the opposition. She felt that it was going to do something. She was right. But Sunshine trying to break through right now.
Oh, well played.
Oh, there is a fine third man, and that's good fielding. Keeps them down to 2.
Very good fielding, putting her body on the line. Late cut maybe a bit finer than she thought.
Mickey Derrida is the wicket keeper for the Badgers, 29 years old. Oh, that's a bad ball. Oh, it's beaten the keeper as well. It's going to be 2 wides. We didn't see anything like that from Marley in her first 2 overs. She picked up 2 wickets very cheaply.
Almost looked like she was going for that Yorker. She's missing it. Missing her mark.
Changing the field now. Huge open spaces on the onside because there are 3 players on the boundary, and then there's a fielder around the corner saving 1. That should only be a single. One thing that was noticeable yesterday, Vaughan, when the Dolphins came out to bowl, it was almost as if they bowled defensively with the new ball. And what they mustn't do here is bowl defensively and be happy with a run of ball. Good shot.
Definitely
well fielded by Candler. This is trouble. Oh,
great fielding.
Just couldn't manage to get enough pace on the ball to affect the run out.
I totally agree with you, Andy. Especially, you've taken 5 wickets with that hard new ball. Almost straight away, once that power play was done, they went defensive. And they've given them runs, I wouldn't say easily, but just made it.
That's a great piece of fielding, because that was 4 if she had not got a hand on that.
Almost made it easy for them just to get partnerships going, and the Badgers have done so very well. Now in the last 4 overs, you don't want them to score a runner ball or get that opportunity to score that boundary.
Cilliers is the key. Another lovely drive from her. She's running on the shot.
She's hitting it very hard as well. What's that age-old saying? Be proactive instead of reactive. Maybe think outside the box, as we see mid-off going down to the boundary now.
Oh, good shot from Derrida. She'll pick up 4 for that. Bad ball. Got what it deserved.
Could see the plan. She was trying to bowl that leg stump Yorker. And she's literally just lapped her around the corner. As we see in the replay here, she's taken the risk. Sliding down, missing the stumps. But still got enough bat on it to get to the boundary.
It was a real wicket-keeper's shot, wasn't it? Just shovel it somewhere.
It's a new age shot. So just hit it somewhere where there's no fielders.
It's a big over for the Badgers. They scored 10 off it. And although 87 for 6 might not seem a lot of runs, 3 overs to come. If they can carry on at, let's say, 6 or 7 and over, it becomes a much more daunting prospect.
It was 13 off that over, I think.
Sorry, yeah, I forgot the extras. This is Bonetti back in the attack. And that's a lovely straight drive for 4. She really has looked brilliant hitting the ball straight, Cilliers.
The timing is impeccable. Taking the risk with mid-off up, long on down, advancing straight on the wicket, and hitting it straight over the umpire's head.
Yeah, I mean, mid-on is very straight. She had no chance of getting there. Mid-off has dropped back after that shot, which means that fine leg comes up inside the circle. Top edge, and it has gone for 6.
I think think that was a top edge, Andy. That's well played. She does hit the ball very hard. It's almost like you're looking at the field, Andy. You can have 4 fielders in the ring, and at the moment the Dolphins have 5. You've got to protect the boundary now. You in the 18th over, you have to protect the boundary. Your bowler's not a robot, not going to bowl 6 balls where you want it to be. So you need to protect that boundary so you don't leak any runs. And I mean, at the moment, they've already got 10 off this over so far.
It's just on the edge of getting out of control for the Dolphins for the first time in the innings.
Again, sticking with 5 in the ring, bringing cover sweeper up.
Much better ball from Burnett. He took the pace off it. Cilliers was thinking about that big gap between mid-on and square mid-wicket. Decided against it. She's now got 36 off 42. Also well bowled.
She was looking for 2, but it is to the short boundary. Growing in confidence with every shot she's playing. I mean, that gap from long on to a square deep mid wicket end is probably about 70 meters by the looks of it from up here. Acres of space all around the field.
Derrida straight up in the air and over the top for 4. Brilliant shot from the little wicket keeper. That brings up the 100.
Look at this shot, Andy. She's so small that she gets right underneath a good length delivery and is able to hit it straight over the keeper's head using the pace. Fantastic what these young cricketers can do now.
She's played a brilliant hand. She scored 13 off 9 just when her side needed it. They'll think about 2 here. Yep, they're coming. Oh, what a good piece of running.
Good cricket. Very good cricket.
Yeah, that's the short boundary.
She's hit it at the right pace in that massive gap. Both of them running very, very fast.
So what a recovery this is from the Badgers. They lost 3 wickets on 23. They were 23 for 5 at the end of the 5th over. Then a really good partnership got them going again between Moodley and Cilliers, and now Cilliers and Derrida are taking it to the bowling side, and with 2 overs remaining, 104 for 6, that is an amazing recovery.
Looks like we've got a change at them gaining in. Session Naidu coming back into attack.
Yeah, 23 for 5, Vaughan. I think we were thinking about this is going to be an early finish.
Well, we were also thinking they're not getting more than 60 or 70. They're on 104 for 6. Ladies have batted well. They're possibly thinking of that 120, 130 now.
Which is eminently defendable. So Seshni Naidu with her leg spin. She's got 4 players on the offside, saving 1. Cover on the boundary. And play around the corner and 3 onside boundary riders. Cilliers straight down the ground. Beautiful shot for 4.
She's playing an absolute gem here, Andy. Straight as you can get. A bounce 2 into the advertising boards.
One of the signings from Free State at the end of last season, and what a good signing. She moves into the 40s with that boundary hit. Just uses her feet so well. And as a result of that, they've brought cover off the boundary and put long off out as well as a long on. Oh, Cilliers looking for the sweep. It's funny, when she tries to play a ramp shot or a reverse sweep or an ordinary sweep, she doesn't look half the player that she looks when she's hitting the ball straight.
100%. Probably kick herself thinking maybe she could hit that through the covers.
That is a top edge, and there is a player out there, but a couple of bounces. Long throw in from the furthest part of the boundary means they get home for 2.
Great running. Derrida pushing Cilliers there for 2. Getting the in-batter back on strike.
Yeah, she's a little whippet between the wickets, is Derrida. That's nicely bowled. Oh, they've gone for the single and they'll get there. Marley couldn't field it cleanly. Nelson on the board.
Apologies from Cilliers to Derrida. She was ball watching. Apologising to her partner.
Seshni Naidu wants the fielder around the corner to come in front of square and then sends her back again. Maybe she was overruled by the captain.
I think if they had to take her out of there, she would be ramping all day long.
Yeah, well fielded. So this over has gone for 7 with a ball to come, and this is what we talk about in one-day cricket. Can you finish the over? If this goes for a boundary, it's a poor over. Derrida gets it away. Should only be 1. Cilliers is coming back. They've run on the arm, and Cilliers is home. That's brilliant running. It's funny when you see them taking on the arm like that late in the innings, you wonder why they don't do it earlier.
Totally agree with you, Andy. Maybe just the thought of getting run out plays in the back of their minds.
So last over coming up, Alex Candler will bowl it for the Hollywoodbets Dolphins. Bowled brilliantly up front. Picked up 2 wickets in the 5th over to reduce the Badgers to 23 for 5. They're now 113 for 6. So they've added 90 for 1.
Dolphins ladies again sticking with 5 in the ring. They can put another one out on the boundary. You are allowed 4 in the ring.
That'll be 4. It's a brilliant shot from Cilliers. She moved early, used the pace of the ball. And that takes her to 48 at a runner ball.
She's playing an absolute gem for her team at the moment. Moving very early. Banking on Conda to bowl that length delivery.
Into the gap. They're running hard. They're thinking about 2. This is trouble. Candler has affected the run out, so that'll be 1 and not 2. Derrida was keen, but as long as it was a decent throw, it was always looking dodgy, and that is the 7th wicket going down. But it'll keep Cilliers on strike on 49.
Derrida doing something for the team.
Well, they've put on 46 together. Brilliant running. Derrida 17 off 12.
A handy little knock there from the wicketkeeper. Getting the applause from the dugouts and the change room.
Scoreboard has got it wrong. They think that Cilliers is out. It is not Cilliers who's out. This is Cilliers 50. And they're going to come back for 2. That's good running. Janse van Rensburg has come in to join Cilliers for these last few balls. So Cilliers getting to her 50 off 50 deliveries. That's a mighty hit, but it should only be one. Yep, there's no way they're going to get back for two this time. So Cilliers losing the strike. It's going to make a big difference here.
Dolphins sticking with the same field. Should be a single somewhere if Janssen van Rensburg can get her bats on the ball.
Oh, it might be four. She's managed to squeeze that between the two onside fielders behind square for four. So by my calculations, this should be the last ball of the innings. They've taken 11 off the over. Straight down the ground. That's brilliant from Nicoline Janssen van Rensburg, and she's coming back for two because of the misfield. So 126 for 7 is the final score. Cilliers finishes 52 not out and has played a fantastic innings. Janssen van Rensburg on 6, and it means that the Dolphins will need 127 to win. What do you think?
That's 100 runs for 2 wickets, Andy. Brilliant from the Badgers. Dolphins will be kicking themselves, maybe giving them an extra 20 or 30 runs that they shouldn't have. Should be a very good chase. I don't know. Is a tough one. Depends how the Dolphins ladies come out to bat. Hopefully not losing too many early wickets. But I do think it's going to be a very good run chase.
Yeah, there's every chance that this is going to go right down to the wire. So we'll take a break. The 6-gun grill Garden Route Badgers put into bat have finished their 20 overs on 127 for 7.
wenza ngcono kakhulu 2020 le baba kuyashesha futhi ngenza sure yafuna yakho le ngenile umuntu kuneboard ozayo igazi lami Yazi shayela abangaphambili kuqala abangaphambili no white kuphela late 11 o'clock yeah those sticks nje asamba ngiyangifuna usheshisa kancane asoze ngajayisa lentwana yami manje umthando sabo manje ngitshela umanzi ukuthi akathathe la sakhe manje uzokwenzani la ngizolanda lo umuntu ongadle buku maka yedwa hawu umuntu ombambise iplanga njalo maka yedwa saphilo wena noshoti eniqhabuke nodaba ekuseni ukuthi bazolaba la wabuza ushoti manje ushole ezansi inkinga ukasho njalo nje abasakumakisi wena ngani bakushiya wedwa ngani beza ngani bazola bajaheni bajabulani umuntu ushole asebheka mqhubeka usithi bengaba ngakhoyithi ngabatshela ukuthi system yazi lilize futhi bengathi isikhathi umsathi inyama kade nali ngikuphatha seconds, bro, seconds. Nothing in the daytime and we're okay now. You know, so I'm going to do something to me like I die. Selekile. Yabona lapho soma ngamela kayirisha ibhola yangempela. Bathi lo. Hayi yeke. 2020 kwazi. Ubishidela leyo. Hawu uyazisebenza nayo. Izinto afana ayiqaphele.
Right.
Yeah.
Nanti baphela ngathi ezobaba. Nale nto ukuthi ayiqaphela.
79.
Yawona bangakukhala ngisho Tyson lapha na. A-add imali ukuze ukwazi ukutholakala imoto. Ukuze ngikwazi ukutholakala imoto esesingene eliphezulu.
Next yango 12 angithi. Ngicabanga ukuthi azobula ngo-12. Nayo ke bacela kunasiye manje. Ukuze mase sifaye sisabisana nayo. Ukufaka amanzi kuphela.
Ngaphambi kokusebenza.
Happy? Little bit this way. That's middle, Yasmin.
Nate, please don't slip on.
Welcome back to Hollywoodbets Kingsmead. The Dolphins setting out to score 128 for victory against the six-gun grill Garden Route Badgers. Yasmin Khan will face the first delivery from the captain of the Badgers, Zintle Kula. Alongside me is Luandiswa Zuma. And here we go. First ball of the innings.
It's going to be very important for the Badgers to start well. They know that if they get 2 or 3 wickets in the power play, they'll be very much into the game.
Run rate required, 6.5.
It's a great start by Kula. 2 balls on the money to set the tone for the team. So often in the change rooms we talk about setting the tone for the bowler that's going to be taking the first over. She's done exactly that here. She'll want to carry it on throughout the over.
In the air and safe and 4. That's a fantastic shot from Yasmin Khan. It just carried high enough that Nicoline Janssen van Rensburg couldn't get a hand on it.
Took off like a rocket off her bat. Even if the fielder got the hand towards, I think the ball is going to go with the hand. Well, it hit so hard by Khan. Beautiful cricket shot. Bit of width. Missed the length a little bit fuller on that note. Kula and punished by Khan through the covers.
Oh, that's an even better shot. Might not go all the way. Yes, it does. Beautiful extra cover drive for 4.
Well, the previous day was there to be hit. She missed her length on the fuller side. On that occasion, that's an extremely good cricket shot on the up by Khan over mid-off for 4. Exquisite cricket shot here at Kingsmead.
And takes all the pressure off. 8 runs in 2 blows. 2 balls remaining in the first over. Oh, there's more runs here. It's a long, long chase out to the long boundary. They will get 2. Oh, and they're coming back for 3. That's great running from the wicket-keeper for the Dolphins, Yasmin Khan. She was running to the danger end.
Spoke about the importance of the Badgers starting off well. The Dolphins will also know that if they get off to a flyer in this power play, it'll make things much easier after the power play to try to take this game home. So both teams will realize how important this period of play will be in the next 5 or so overs.
Now, taking strike for the last ball of the over is the left-hander, Nabushle Busani. She comes in today for Michaela Andrews, who was the top scorer in the 50-over game yesterday with 74, but got injured in the field. And Busani made 37 against the Badgers in Oudtshoorn at the end of last season. So they will know her well. Now, looks like we've got a problem with something. I wonder what's going on there. Perhaps they're playing a game of rock, scissors, paper. Okay, so there's obviously a little injury there for Janse van Rensburg. Julia Hole was there to help her repair it.
A bit of manufacturing, all good to go.
So last ball of the over coming up. Power play over, so only 2 players allowed on the boundary. We've got a long leg and a third man. That's well bowled. A little bit of bounce. End of the over, so 11 off the first over. Perfect start for the Dolphins, which they also had with the ball, reducing the Badgers to 23 for 5.
Really good start by the Dolphins, getting 11 runs off the first over.
Amazing stat to think about. 23 for 5, and they made 127 for 7. So they scored 104 for 2 from 23 for 5. That's a strong side.
There was a really good partnership there for the Badgers, which was led by Cilliers, who played a beautiful innings to put them to 127 runs, which is a defendable total. The Dolphins will look back after this match and kick themselves, because once you have an opposition in that type of position, you don't want to bring them back into the game. They will look and investigate where they could have done better with the ball, perhaps with field setting as well. I know that they'll hold themselves at a higher standard with their fielding as well. But nonetheless, they're here, 11 off the first over, game on.
Yasmin Khan facing Nicoline Janse van Rensburg, who starts with a leg side wide. Yasmin Khan will be disappointed she didn't get a bat on that, because there's nobody at fine leg. That would have been 4.
I tell you, Andy, I'm not too mad about there being no one at fine leg, but if there's going to be no one at fine leg, then you need your deep backward square to be nice and fine. Sort of take care of that area. One may believe that if a batter does not have the scoop, then the ball that goes to fine leg is probably the bad delivery that's missing the stumps. So she's totally backing her lines and lengths here. Well, but she'll want to be better than that.
In some ways, fair enough, because she bowled really well yesterday. Van Rensburg, 10 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 35. And her opening spell, she swung the ball prodigiously, but hardly bowled a bad ball. So they're backing her for being able to bowl to a line. That's into the gap. And they will cross for 1.
You just tend to feel, and that the ball that goes to deep backward spare doesn't need that bad of a delivery to go there, so you're protecting your half-decent ball not to go for a boundary. But if it gets tickled down the legs to fine leg for 4, well, that ball probably does deserve to go for 4 anyways. Particularly if the batter, like I said, doesn't have the scoop. If she does have the scoop, then obviously you don't want to have your fine leg, as she does have a fine leg here for the left-hander. Probably because she shapes the ball back into the left-hander, so she's increasing her margin for error.
Bowling to Basani now. Oops, a daisy. That is a wide, and a big wide. We saw nothing at all like that from Nicoline Janse van Rensburg yesterday.
The game of cricket. One day on top of the world, and the next day...
Well, ask Julia Hole about that. 103 not out yesterday, duck today. That's another wide. Oh, and they're going to cross for an extra as well. So a sloppy beginning.
Spoke about setting the tone, and after the first 2 balls, I thought that started well. Cool had started well with the first 2 balls, but since then, it has been quite sloppy from the Badgers, and that's the last thing they need, defending 127. Dolphins will take it, though.
And we saw none of that yesterday. We commented on how good their ground fielding was, apart from anything else. And that's the 3rd wide of this over from Nicoline Janse van Rensburg, all down the leg side.
Still trying to find her radar here. Janse van Rensburg. Probably worth just to get out the over, hold the ball cross seam, control the swing. Just to make sure that you don't cause too much damage in this over.
In the air and safe for 4. Over the head of Isel Cilliers at mid-off. That's a great shot from Yasmin Khan. She goes to 16 off 8.
She started off to a flyer here, and she hits the ball really, really nicely. You can hear the sound of the bat from the top here as we commentate, and it just seems as though she's middling everything at the moment. Really, really good striking of a cricket ball from Khan.
And she's done it again. Beautiful shot. 1 bounce 4. So this is turning into a little bit of a disastrous over for the Badgers. It's gone for 14 and there are still 2 legitimate deliveries left.
When your over's going this way, and it can be a really, really lonely place.
You've been there, haven't you? I can
been
tell.
I've been there on this very field as well, so it can be a really lonely place. But what does really help if someone just comes and speaks to you, calms you down, because there'll be a lot of nerves. Her mind will be racing. Just someone to speak to her and just calm her down, tell her what to do, slow things down, not panic.
Slip has disappeared. There is nobody on the boundary on the leg side. It's in the air. This should be out. And it is out, and that's a disappointing way to end what was a dynamic innings. And Yasmin Khan has gone for 20 with 4 fours off just 9 deliveries.
She held her own there, Janse van Rensburg. Stuck to her gun, stuck to her length, better length on that occasion. Khan tried to meet her with another over the top, but unfortunately to her demise. Janse van Rensburg is the winner this time around.
Yolandi Potgieter was the catcher, but it could have been any one of 3 of them. It was in the air a long, long time, and just looking up at the new scoreboard and seeing how far the tracking of the over goes across the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Yasmin Khan has gone for a dynamic 20, but she'll feel that she's left a lot of runs out there.
That's where I was about to go, and it's so difficult because if she carries on striking the ball with that type of mentality, we'll sing her praises. But with that error being made, it begs the question, was it necessary for her to keep going when the over had already gone for 14 at that stage? Maybe it was worth just trying to keep it at the ground. Still be aggressive, but be aggressive with a safer option, maybe on the ground, try to pierce the gaps through the covers. I think that way that would have been a better option, but 20 runs in 2 overs. Damage done.
Alex Candler is the new batter. That's a good leave and a much better shape, and that's the other thing about getting a wicket is suddenly the next delivery is on the money. So 25 for 1 the Dolphins, chasing 128 for victory. So 103 needed off the last 18.
And you'd have commentated quite a couple of times at Kingsmead. Any favorable or historic game that comes to the top of your mind? I love these history lessons.
Oh, well, I'll tell you, one of the games that will live long in my memory was, I think, 93 or 94, Pakistan played here in an ODI against South Africa. And it was the first time that South African players had seen reverse swing. Wow. Waka Yunus and Wasim Akram with the new ball and then with the old ball. South Africa had batted themselves into a position where they almost couldn't lose the game. I think Kepler Wessels and maybe Daryl Cullinan had got them to a position where they needed about 50 to win, and suddenly Wasim and Waka came back with the old ball, reverse swing, bang, 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 game over. That's a great stroke from Busani. She's off the mark with a boundary.
It's a beautiful stroke there, beating extra cover to her left. Nice and aggressive on the floor. well, at least attempted to keep on the floor a little bit early on the shots, which caused it to be in the air for a slight while.
Yeah, fielding side were interested in that. Whoops-a-daisy, a little bit of a wild swing this time. They'll cross for a single. Candler will take strike. Just going back to that series, Wasim and Waka did it here, and then a few days later they did it again at St George's Park.
Yeah,
and it was like cheating. It was like, you can't do that. That's impossible. And of course, that was in the early days of reverse swing when people didn't really understand the science behind it. And very quickly, the Bush Telegraph went around the world saying, okay, this is how you get reverse swing.
Yeah.
And now we talk about it as if it's been part of the game for 150 years. It has not.
Always going to get a bit of knowledge with Andy in the commentary box.
Useless knowledge, my wife would tell you.
Whatever useful. What is ever useful with wives?
So Yolandi Pochita has taken over the bowling. And that's a beautiful stroke from Candler. 1 bounce 4.
It's a really beautiful shot there from Candler. It seems the Dolphins have decided that we're going to take this power play on. If we're going to win this game, we need to win the power play quite convincingly. And boy, are they well on their way to doing that.
Well, we're just in the third over. 34 for 1. We started at 6.5 to the over. It's now 5.4 required. And if you go back to the previous innings, Vaughan van Jaarsveld and I were actually on air when the Badgers were sort of 20 odd for 1, and then suddenly bang 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 bang, 4 wickets fell for 4 runs, and suddenly we were not talking about the power play anymore. It was about, can they bat the innings? Ooh, is that out? She's claiming the catch. What do the umpires say?
The umpires are going to deliberate.
I must say it was one of those where it wasn't an obvious one. It was in the air a long time. Bowler has claimed it. Umpire Juma and umpire Shabangu are going to chat about this.
I must say there was a delayed response from the bowler. It was almost as if she wasn't too sure herself.
So what's the decision? Not out is the decision. And obviously we don't have the technology to look at all of that again. But as you say, there was a delay. We can watch it on our screens. It just looked like a bump ball, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Even after the call was made, Andy, there were no disputes from any of the players as well. So I think the correct decision has been made.
So Candler's got half a life there. Can she take advantage? Ooh, should really have put that away, but couldn't get it through the inner ring, where Nicolene Janssen van Rensburg got behind the ball very bravely. So that is the end of the third over, and another big one. It went for 10 runs, and the Dolphins 35 for 1. I suppose it's probably what they spoke about at the break, was we've got to take advantage of the power play. Let's try and break the fielding side in 6 overs.
I'm blessed to be involved in the school structures, Andy, so I'm involved with really young men, and I often tell them in the change room that when you're chasing lower scores, the biggest mistake one can tend to do is to take it slowly in the power play because you think you have the time to chase that score with the overs that remain after the power play. But in actual fact, the best way to go about it is to try win the power play, try kill the game in the power play to lessen the pressure, to finish off the game afterwards, which is exactly what the Dolphins are doing here. If they leave this power play with 50 runs, it will be their game to lose after that.
It's one of the truths of the game of cricket that low totals are sometimes the hardest to face. That's a wide. You think about a team in a 4-day game maybe chasing 122 on the last day. You can't lose, and then suddenly you're 3 down, you're 4 down, you're 5 down.
You have to keep that positive mindset and stick to your guns.
That's well bowled. Incidentally, the CSA T20 men's competition gets underway this week. Tuskers are at home in Pietermaritzburg. It'll be a day game on Wednesday.
Always exciting when the white ball comes out.
And of course, off the back of a month of 4-day cricket. It's well played. Might go all the way. Look at that. Pace of the outfielders, just taken that ball across like a rocket. This is Kaya Marte bowling. She didn't play in the 50-over game yesterday. Has come in as a medium pace replacement for the leg spin of Giselle Adams.
Albert Einstein, and he once said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. I haven't really seen anything different that's being done here by the Badgers to try and do or break this partnership.
It's nicely played. Well, you could argue that they've tried 4 bowlers in 4 overs, so they are recognising the fact that perhaps it's not somebody's day. But credit to the Dolphins. We were quite critical of them yesterday. They got very formulaic and couldn't find a way to break the match-winning partnership for the Badgers. They've gone out here with a really positive attitude, and as much as Yasmin Khan can be criticised for getting out, having really stamped her authority on the innings, it looks as if that positive attitude is going down the order as well.
Yeah. Almost seems to be a brand of cricket that the Dolphins are looking to play. I think anyone has spoke about not doing anything different, as that brings the end of the over. 40 for 1 after 4 overs. Really strong power play here from the Dolphins with still 2 overs to go. I think you also need to be smart and experiment with the field positions. And if you look at the boundaries that have been hit, they've been more or less on the leg side, barring the 1 and 2 over mid off by Khan, who's now gone out. Maybe you look to be wanting to protect that area, protect that boundary, maybe sacrifice one fielder from the offside to be in that gap, in that pocket that would be created if you have something like a long on and a cow. And really force them to try hit boundaries in different areas. At least you're forcing them to try do something different. Whereas at the moment they're just accessing that leg side quite easily. But there's only so much. It's very easy to captain from the commentary box. They have changed and swapped around their bowlers to try and make something different here. So it can be a little bit difficult out there in the middle.
I pick that up. Yes, we are often overcritical of players. It looks very different when you're down there. But on the other side, I commentated with a Tuskers player at the end of last season who was out injured. And we're sitting in a similar position to where we are at Kingsmead. And he said, "You can see a lot more from here, can't you?"
Absolutely. Bird's eye view.
It's well played by Busani. Just held back a little bit by the bowler, and Busani stopped her shot, walked into the single.
I think the important thing for the Badgers here, Andy, is that nothing slows down the run rate more than a wicket. So they need to still be thinking, how do we get a wicket? How do we get a wicket? Because clearly to contain batters right now, the Dolphins batters, is going to be quite difficult. They're seeing the ball well. They're hitting it nicely. How do we get a wicket should be the question in the captain's head.
Janssen van Rensburg just moving the player around the corner to an orthodox square leg. We've also got a mid-wicket, and then the two boundary riders are at cow and long on. That's well played by Busani. She's really timed that beautifully, by Candler, I should say.
The exact field I was talking about slightly earlier, and the protecting where it is easiest for Candler to access the boundary. Just force her to do something different, but she's really having answers here. No ego involved. You've covered my boundary option. I'm just going to rotate strike and give Busani the strike. Great batting.
I see that. Big season, I think, this for Alex Candler. She's paid her dues, and if she can stay fit to bowl, she offers an opportunity, I think, at the next level up of somebody who's a genuine all-rounder.
Really quite the player. I was a little bit surprised when she was bowling that she got taken off. I thought maybe she was going to bowl at least one more over.
In the air and gone. Easy catch taken by Zintle Kula, and that is the end of Nabushle Busani. 42 for 2.
We just spoke about nothing decreases the run rate more than wickets. The Badgers have struck, opening up a window of opportunity here. Really well bowled by Van Rensburg, Janssen van Rensburg. What can they do with this window of opportunity?
Courtney Gowden is coming out to replace Nabushle Busani, who looked good for her 6 and then just gave it away a little bit there unnecessarily. Similar to Yasmin Khan, played a shot that was unnecessary in the circumstances. So 42 for 2, and the Badgers will feel emboldened having picked up that second wicket. Incidentally, Duckworth Lewis, which is always an interesting guide, up on the board says 31 is where they should be, so 42 for 2, they well ahead of the Duckworth Lewis curve. Not that we're going to get rain. Janssen van Rensburg bowling to Courtney Gowden. Oh, she starts with a beauty. Oh, that's got to be a run. That's got to be a run.
That has got to be a run. A long one. I must say, Andy, I'm a little bit surprised. That there's no slip in place here. New batsman. You want to be getting your second wicket or your third wicket rather than the power play. Give yourself the best opportunity. Have that attacking mindset. No catcher behind the stumps to try get the new batter out as quickly as possible.
All beats the outside edge. So that's the end of the 5th over. I shall step out. Vaughan van Jaarsveld will come in, and I'm going to give you an update on the other game going on and just get some details together.
It's a beautiful Sunday at the Hollywoodbets Kingsmead Stadium. It's becoming an interesting power play here as the Badgers are starting to claw their way back. The Dolphins started off powerfully in the first couple of overs in the power play.
Lefty girls.
Just an update for our viewers. The Titans ladies are playing Western Province, and Western Province are 82 after 10 overs. That game started at 11 o'clock this morning. Faye Tunnicliffe is 45 not out of 35 balls, and Danae Fannikirk is 36 of 25. So they're going quite well.
Absolutely.
So the Hollywoodbets Dolphins ladies.
What are your thoughts here, Vaughan, to a new batter? You know you need wickets to give yourself the best opportunity. No slip in place. I'm just trying to figure out how they're trying to get the new batter out. Or perhaps are they waiting for her to make a mistake?
Almost looks like that conventional ring field. Putting the risk all in the batter's hands, saying, you know what? We've got the runs on the board. You need to score. How are you going to score them?
Go Badgers, let's go.
Would like to see a catcher here and there, maybe on the offside with a slip. But they have a plan, so let's see if it works.
Great bounce, guys. Surprising me even there, KK. Let's go, great.
Last 2 balls of the power play.
Oh, shot. Good shot from Courtney Garnon. Offered a bit of width. Hit through the covers for 4. Just off the mark. Bowler just slightly getting that line a bit too wide. Allowing the batter to free her arms.
Slightly too wide, slightly too full. And on that side of the field, Vaughan, it just keeps seeing as though the ball just keeps toppling away for 4.
And a run down that little gentle hill that Kingsmead has. Oh, Martin now just straying onto the leg stump. Getting clipped through the mid-wicket region for 2. It's the end of the over, end of the power play. Dolphins ladies are 49 for 2. Almost feel that the Badgers spinners have to take control of this game somehow. Either with run rate or sneaking a few wickets.
Alex, change the bowler right arm over.
That was a strong power play by the Dolphins. They'll definitely be happy with that in the change room. I agree with you, Vaughan. The spinners are going to try. They're going to need to create something here for their team to keep themselves into the game. As we see a change of bowler.
France just coming. She bowled quite nicely yesterday. Off spinner, bowled wicket to wicket. Unlucky not to get a few wickets yesterday. State of this field looks like she's going to do the same plan, exactly what she did yesterday. Try and bowl that wicket to wicket. Hopefully the batters misread a line or play for too much spin. Don't think the Dolphins batters can be that cheeky just yet. They're trying to look for a reverse sweep. France did get some nice bounce yesterday. Bowled very well in the middle period.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Vaughan. Yes, there's only 1 point, so if you do execute that shot, you do get quite a few runs. But when the required run rate is 6s and you're really going at 7.5s, I think just playing simple cricket will get you home.
It's a 50 up for the Dolphins. 6.4 overs. If you're going at 7.5, you just need to nudge the ball around. Even if you take an over or two, you're going at 4 or 5, it's fine. You can still catch up. That required rate is not going to just jump out at you into double figures just yet. So they still have a lot of time to bat. They don't have to try and rush things too quickly. In there, but down too long on for a single. Not a bad over from France. Only going for 2.
I think that's the advantage of starting well in the power play as a batting team, Vaughan. If you get off to a fly in the power play, you shouldn't feel the need to really play all these risky shots after the power play because you're well in control of the game. Just need to rotate strike, be at the non-striker's end the whole time as much as you can. I'd understand if you're trying to play the tricky shots because you're a little bit behind the game. Perhaps maybe you had a slow start to the power play, but that isn't the case this time around. Keep it simple, rotate strike. The bad ball will come in when it does punish.
Dolphins ladies only need 77 or 78 balls. So it's not that difficult. Oh, a few spaces on the ground. There's one at long off, cover sweeper, down the fine leg. The ladies in the ring on the leg side are all spread out far enough for gaps to be pierced. See the right hand on strike, another one into the covers. Cover sweeper does go down, so you don't have to risk it. Simple cricket shots.
Just do that. Nothing fancy needed here, Vaughan. Rotation of strike, punishing the odd bad ball, and you'll be able to win the game. On the other end, the Badgers need to find ways to bowl as many dots as possible. They need to be looking at that required rate and be trying to take it up per over. It's currently at 5.9. Can we get it to 6.2, 6.3? From there, can we get it to 6.7, 6.8? But that can only happen through disciplined bowling, good execution, backed up by good fielding.
And the Badgers fielding yesterday was top notch. Ladies were throwing themselves around the field, helping their bowlers. Punched up the ground too long off for a single. Almost feel that something's going to give you, Zooms. Whether it's the fielding side or the batting side, something's going to give. But they don't need to rush. The Dolphins ladies can just play as they are, accumulating those singles. Bad ball will come. Can deposit that to the boundary. Third man coming up. Mid-off going down to the boundary.
Yes, get it in, Gabby!
Good fielding from the Irish international.
A little bit earlier on, Vaughan, we spoke about how we'd prefer to have a long off out to the ball turning away to the right-hander. I think the same kind of concept can apply with seam. I think it's a much more difficult shot to play over mid-off than it is to play over mid-on. So if you're going to have someone down, you'd rather have your mid-on down because it's the easier shot to play than your mid-off down.
Yeah, more so for your seaming option.
Correct, yeah.
You can work with that pace. See, with the spinner, you want to hit with a turn because it's slower.
Yeah. That brings the end to the 8th over. Scores 57 for 2. Dolphins looking good, looking confident, looking on their way to victory. But many of things have happened in this game in a quick period of time.
Yeah, Badgers will be hoping to snag one or two. Got two new batters at the crease. Dolphins ladies will be hoping for a partnership. All on an half edge at the moment. Oh, that looks straight in front, and she's been given. Alex Candler suggesting she hit it. Umpire Juma is sticking that hand up. Candler gone for 14 of 20. 2 boundaries. And all sorts of problems there. It looked like it hit that back leg. I don't think there was any bat involved there. Maybe the bat on the floor. Didn't have to do that. Just feel that was that knife edge you're talking about. You bring a new batter in, it'll all start over again.
We spoke about keeping things simple, Vaughn. There was no need to try anything extravagant. You're well on top of the game. Just rotate, strike. Alex Candler thought otherwise, missed the ball, and was given out by the umpire. Now all that's done is opened up a window of opportunity for the Badgers to try really attack the new batter coming in. And if they go bang bang here, they're well and truly back in the game.
As we see, the runs to win 71 of 71 balls. You just think that high risk shot is not needed, especially now. Yes, there's only one fielder there, but the simple option of just hitting it down to long on for a single would be much better, and should still be batting. Bowled again from France. Nirvana has joined Courtney Gowden at the crease. Getting a single off her first delivery. Just don't want the Dolphins ladies to panic now.
The Badgers will just be looking at the required run rate. It was 5.8 not too long ago. It's now at 6.1. They'll probably be looking to get it to 6.3, 6.4. Start transferring the pressure back onto the Dolphins.
Good shot for singles down to mid wicket. We all know, we've watched enough cricket. That required rate jumps from 6 to 7s and 8s very quickly. So the Dolphins ladies just need to keep an eye on that. They just need to keep rotating the strike. They don't have to do anything stupid. Umpire Juma signaling a wide. Almost looked like it came off her pad. Risk taken. Good sweep shot. Square leg interested for a while. Gone past her for 4. It's the end of the 9th over. Dolphins ladies have moved to 64 for 3.
Evidently the Dolphins are still in a positive frame of mind. High risk, high reward. Square leg up. She opted to go for the sweep and got all the rewards for it, which has brought up that required run rate, or brought down the required run rate back down to 5.8. The value of a boundary.
But in the same breath, if that got caught at square leg, you then have 2 new batters at the crease. Something the Dolphins don't want or don't need at this time.
Absolutely, not too unhappy with that as the Badgers. They would have had their square leg up because they would have wanted the batter to go for the sweep, a little bit of risk. She won on that occasion.
There we go. Running hard. They're looking for 2. Taking on the arm. Or if the throw was any better, Courtney Garner would have been short of her ground.
Working girls, one by one, ladies.
Almost feel that the Dolphins ladies, it almost looks like they're panicking. They've got enough time to just keep rotating the strike. Courtney Garland trying to force the issue. There's enough space around the field, Zooms, just to elegantly hit it through the gaps and get your singles.
Bowling.
Absolutely, Vaughan. Simple cricket. Run hard between the wickets. Put the fielders under pressure. Call loudly. Try and force an error from the fielding side. Have good intensities at the crease. Not playing risky shots does not necessarily mean that you must be in a negative frame of mind. Still be in a positive frame of mind. Still dominate your space at the crease.
Yeah, yellow, great stuff, girls. One by one here, girls, 1 dot by 1 dot.
Here through the stump mark, the wicketkeeper just asking for dots. Keep that pressure on the batters. Play down to that deep mid-wicket area for a single. Again, high risk going over mid-wicket. Dolphins don't need another wicket falling now.
Strong finish to the over, girls.
That brings the end of the 10th over. And the score is 69 for 3, as I'm going to leave you and bring Andy back into the commentary box.
Nothing to fear but fear itself.
100%, Andy.
Courtney Gandon on strike, facing Tisha France. And just looking back at that last wicket to fall, it's a very high probability that Alex Candler got a bit of bat on it, and that's why she was so disappointed. But from a cricketing perspective, it was such a poor shot to get out to. She tried the reverse sweep twice in the previous over and got nowhere with it. And Vaughan, I just felt if she'd played an orthodox cricket shot, just get back in the crease. You can open the face and push it down into that vacant area that she's trying to exploit with the reverse sweep.
But with it being so full, Andy, you've got a whole acre of land on the leg side. The only person she had to beat was mid-wicket. And she either got 2 or 4, and that's it's low-risk cricket, and you're getting a high reward.
Out!
Oh,
Dropped!
No, she's dropped it.
Oh, wow. That's a big, big moment in the game. Munyavani on 6. And that's the sort of caught and bowled that bowlers dream of.
Very simple catch. Maybe got to a little bit slower than she thought. Almost lifted her eyes there looking for her partner.
We've all done it.
Yes, we have. But just going back to Canada, she had one fielder to miss in an area of 50, 60 meters. And you doubling your score, whereas you're trying to play a high risk shot maybe just for 1 or 2. Because she wasn't trying to hit she wasn't trying to hit that reverse sweep for 4. It's almost like trying to guard it. So you beat the field at mid-wicket and you're doubling your runs already. And you're still batting.
Yeah, that's the big thing. You're still batting. So that's what the Dolphins are doing. They're 70 for 3. That was a really good over from front. She will feel, though, that it was a terrible over because she put down the court and bowled. It was a very simple one indeed, and it may yet have cost the match. We'll wait and see. Unyavani is part of Cricket South Africa's emerging academy. Very highly rated young player. And Courtney Gowden has got herself to 17 off 20 balls and playing really well. It's the left-handed Gowden on strike.
Oh, bowling body.
Kids are with that slow, medium pace.
You hear the wicket-keeper. Good thing, Potty. Mika Derrida, also part of that emerging academy. That's a good shot from Gowden. Picks up one.
As we hear Derrida saying, we'll take the one, it's not a problem. Trying to save the boundaries.
Keep going, Badgers. Keep going, Badgers. Yeah, girls. That's us, 6 dot here, ladies. She must be feeling the pressure, girls.
Vocals are getting louder and louder.
Just wondering whether the batters have got earplugs out there.
A short fine going down to the boundary.
Edged and 4. Nothing that the keeper could do about that.
Genuine edge. Straight to probably 1.5 slips. A little bit of extra bounce there, Andy.
Yep. Well, Dolphins are feeling a little bit of that pressure that Mika Derrida, the wicketkeeper, was speaking about. Nice slower ball there because the run rate is the highest it's been in the innings. It's up to 6.5 required now. So better than a runner ball. Don't want to be facing too many dot balls.
The WASP says that the Dolphins should win this 95% of the times.
In the air and safe, and just one. I wouldn't trust any insect that wants to steal the jam out of your sandwiches. So 52 to win off 48 deliveries. 76 for 3. And in normal circumstances, with 7 wickets in hand, yes, Wasp would be right. But you can just imagine a couple of quick wickets.
100%. Mother Cricket still needs to talk. Something will happen. Something's bound to happen, put it that way.
Well, it's just closing in a little bit. There is afternoon rain predicted, but we'll be finished well before that. Tisha France to continue. That's 4. That's a good shot.
Great cricket shot. Nice. Waited for it. Nice hard sweep through the gap for 4.
Bowler's just 18 years old. Bowling a leg break. She's from Mossel Bay. And actually picked up 3 for 39 against the Dolphins last year.
She does look like a tidy spinner. She's putting leg spin or off spin?
It says leg spin in my notes. Oh, that'll be 4 more.
Oh, no.
That'll be 4 wides. Yeah, she's looking to bowl the perfect ball, isn't she? Pitching outside leg and hitting the top of off, but it hasn't turned. And all that pressure just disappears when you get 2 boundaries in an over. Oh, there's that reverse sweep again. It's a wide this time, so probably fair enough. Get anything on that and it's 4.
So just gone on with the arm. Oh, that's wide again. Just lost her rhythm. Just trying to stay away from the stumps by the looks of it.
It's nicely played. A good over for the Dolphins there. They scored 9-11 off it. 3 wides. And yeah, it's not the end of the over because of that.
Try and get these 3 balls out the way with no damage.
Low full toss and drilled away. In the air for a little while, but it was well struck and it's 4. 3rd boundary of the over.
Very expensive over. One ball still to come.
So Unyavani has raced to 20 not out. Remember, she was dropped on 6 off a fairly standard caught and bowled. 93 for 3. Dolphins have broken the back of this now. And that run rate requirement that was 6.5 is now 5.
Badger's going to have to try and get a wicket or 2 in the next couple of overs. Target is 35 or 42 balls. But definitely need a scalp or 2 here. Looks like we'll see the captain come back into the attack at the old 4 trade end.
Yeah, this is a big moment. Kula, the captain, and very much the talisman with the ball in hand. Oh dear. And that's Iselle Cilliers. We haven't seen her make too many errors, and she nearly affected the run out at the non-striker's end. A great throw after the misfield.
That could have been that's something brilliant. Try and get a wicket.
Safe. The Dolphins have played positive cricket right the way from the start. Not always in their best interests at times, but they obviously felt that they were chasing a score that was eminently gettable. They looked to dominate the power play, and they've carried on swinging hard. This fourth wicket partnership now worth 39. Oh, it's got to be a run. It's got to be a run. Courtney Gandon wasn't taking no for an answer at the non-striker's end there.
She was nearly at the same crease as the striker.
Oh, that's brilliantly fielded. That has saved 4. It's Pochita at short mid-wicket there, putting her body on the line.
She'll have a nice bruise tomorrow on her left thigh. Courtesy of a Kookaburra cricket ball.
Yeah, good shot for 1. Ooh, they're going to come back. Taking on the arm? No. That's a very wise decision to send back. So it's 29 to win off the last 6 overs. 7 wickets in hand, and it really shouldn't be a problem for the Dolphins from here. But a couple of wickets, throw those into the mix and we could see something very different.
They're all going to rue that drop catch.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's getting quite gloomy out there as well now. So Nicoline Janssen van Rensburg coming back into the attack. She'll be bowling at Asaki Anyavani, who's got 22 at a run a ball. Oh, dropped, and that was a real tough caught and bowled chance. As opposed to the previous one when she was dropped on 6 by France, that was drilled back.
She had one like similar to yesterday. As we see here. That's good reflexes, Andy. Oh, follow through.
That's save 4, isn't
100%.
it?
Getting a hand onto it, at least.
Slower ball this time, well bowled. It nearly got underneath the bat.
She got a bit of turn there.
Yeah, just rolled the fingers over it.
Her friend Porkita took a nice caught and bowled yesterday. One that got hit back straight at her quite hard. And then Janssen van Rensburg had to do some evasive action yesterday to avoid any serious injury.
That's beautifully batted by Anyavani. It's funny how players of both sexes tend to overcomplicate the game. When you see a shot like that, you think, okay, there's somebody who can play.
So 100 up for the Dolphins ladies. 14.3 overs.
28 needed.
That age-old saying, Andy, you've got more time than you think.
Mm-hmm. Good shot. That's all they need from here. Run a ball.
don't have to do anything stupid. A wicket or two here, you bring the Badgers straight back into the game.
Oh, good shout. Good shout. Not given. Maybe missing leg.
I thought maybe it was that first.
Umpire Juma telling her that it's hit the bat.
Okay.
Little inside edge. I think otherwise it would have been pretty stone dead.
Yeah. Looked halfway up middle from the replay. Jansif and Rensburg calling square leg off the boundary into the circle and pushing mid off back to long off. Too short. But only 3 singles off the over, so she's done a job. 5 overs remaining, 102 for 3. Vorm van Jaarsveld's going to step out. Mandisa Zuma will take his part. Take his place, I should say. And this partnership is burgeoning. These two have played really well since the fall of the third wicket. It was 57 for 3 in the 9th over. Now they've got it all the way up to 26 to win off the last 5. Shouldn't be a problem.
It shouldn't be, Andy. We sometimes speak about matching your opposition. There was a great partnership by SWD, but it's being matched here by this partnership by the Dolphins, which seems to be the partnership that's going to take them home.
That'll be a single up to long off for Unyavani. Been impressed by Unyavani. You know her?
I have not gotten the opportunity or the pleasure to get to meet her, know of her, but from what I've seen so far, she came in a bit of a tricky situation where she had to anchor the innings, and she's played a really mature innings here for the Dolphins. I'm sure she'll be wanting to be there at the end with an asterisk next to her name on the scorecard.
She's got a bit of power. That's what I like about her. When you see her play her shots and the ball speeds to the boundary.
There are certain things in coaching that you can coach. Other things you can't coach. It's either you're born with them or you don't have them at all.
Gowden slams it down the ground for one more.
The Badgers will desperately want a wicket here to give themselves a chance. It would just introduce that bit of uncertainty. Get rid of that assurance of a victory here for the Dolphins. But the way that they're playing and batting, they're well on their way. Still lively out there from the Badgers, which is good. Still a bit of a hope.
Oh, that's a long way in the air. There's a fielder under it, and it is gone. And I think that is Gabby Lewis who's taken the catch on the boundary. And Unyavani has holed out. 24 to win, 6 in hand now.
Could there be a twist in the tail here, Andy? Wickets tend to do many of funny things. Spoke about the Badgers still having hope, still being vibrant out there in the middle. So they certainly have not given up. They're going to try capitalize with a new batter coming in.
Confirmation it was Gabby Lewis out there, and Unyavani's 25 came off 29 deliveries, 3 boundaries. And Seshni Naidu comes in. So Seshni Naidu was the player yesterday in the 50 over game who, in association with Michaela Abrahams, rescued the innings. In the situation here where she doesn't need to rescue it, just needs to play properly. 24 to win at just under a run a ball.
Simple cricket takes you home here, Andy, from the Dolphins. Keep the ball on the ground, be aggressive on the ground, run well. and you should be well on your way. But the Badgers will smell an opportunity here and try to utilize it as best as they can. I'm sure the field will be nice and aggressive to the new batter. Try to keep her in strike for as long as possible and keep the old batter at the non-strikers end for as long as possible.
Incidentally, there's another game going on in the Hollywoodbets T20 at the moment. Western Province playing against the Titans are 168 for 3. Coming towards the close. 3 balls left in the innings. That game started at 11 o'clock. This one started at 9:30. Faye Tunnicliffe is 97 not out, having opened the batting.
3 away from the big milestone.
Danae van Nicker got 40. In the air and safe. Chances of 2 here. No, they're not really pushing. So end of over number 16. There are 4 remaining, 22 to win for the Hollywoodbets Dolphins.
The Dolphins girls out there in the middle, they'll be thinking we want to win this game in the penultimate over. As soon as you take the game to the last over, anything can happen. So they want to be winning it in the penultimate over ideally, or as quickly as possible, and not give any sort of hope to the Badgers in the last over. You do not want to take it there. Often in football we say that in a final anything can happen. Pretty much the same context in the last over of the game, in the beautiful game that we call cricket.
Yeah, Courtney Gowden on strike, and she's built a really good platform. She'll want to be there at the end, but I'm sure she will also be looking to perhaps attack this over, try and make this the over that breaks the back. Gets 1 off the first.
In the context of the game, Annie, this is a huge over. A good over here could put a little bit more pressure on the Dolphins, and who knows what would happen after that. But this is a big over.
This is Kayakazi Mate, her second spell. And this is in fact her final over. Started life in the border region, 26 years old now. And coming in to bowl to Sneshni Naidu. Naidu slams it down the ground for 1 more.
If somehow she can find a way of keeping this over to 5 maximum, I think that should have done her job in this over. But with 2 singles in the first 2 balls, that might be a bit of a big ask. Let's see how she goes about doing her business.
Oh, it's up in the air. This could be the wicket that they're looking for. Isel Cilliers takes the catch. Mate is the wicket taker, and the Dolphins are 108 for 5.
We spoke about the magnitude of this over, Andy. She's come up, she's taken the ball from the captain, and she's made it happen for her team. The game is indeed interesting now, with a new batter coming into bat towards the end of the innings.
27 off 32 balls, and she ran so well. She only actually struck 1 boundary in that innings. And now in comes the captain, Zintle Marley.
2 new batters at the crease. Had you asked the Badgers 5 overs ago what situation would they have wanted at this stage of the game, that would have said 2 new batters at the crease to finish the game off for the Dolphins, that's exactly what they have right here, and they'll try to capitalize on that.
Well, we've said it a few times in this innings, an unnecessary shot from the batter. You're winning the game easily, and yes, you're looking for a big over to just take any remaining pressure away. Not the case. And now 2 new batters, one of whom, Naidu, has faced 2 balls. Marley at the non-striker's end. I beg your pardon, Naidu at the non-striker's end. Marley taking guard.
This ball has to be on the money. Has to be on the money.
Oh dear. Seshni Naidu was halfway down there saying, that's a run. Well, it wasn't half a run. Gets struck by the throw from France.
The advantages of having 2 new batters at the crease.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit surprised that they haven't tried to put a little bit more pressure on. They've got 4 boundary riders for 2 new players. That's a good shot.
Looking for 2.
Yep, they are coming for 2, and that's a good piece of running. It's a long boundary out there, and although it's a good arm coming in, there's always 2 if you run positively.
4th over with a wicket. There's really a big ball that's left to be bowled here in the context of the game. It's been a beautiful over for the Badgers. Can she finish it off strong?
No, she can't. That's gone for 4, and that's exactly what the Badgers didn't want, and the Dolphins did. Turns a good over into a bad one. It's 8 off the over. The Dolphins 114 for 5, and they just need another 13 to win. My maths as good as ever. 14 to win off the last 3.
Really disappointing finish to the over. After what had been a very good over up until that point. She'll be kicking herself as she undone all the good work that she did for the first 5 balls of that over. However, as the old saying goes, it's never over until, I want to say, the beautiful lady sings.
Swalbow, a little bit of shape there from Zintle Kula. Running into bowl her last over from the old Fort End.
Loving her action, and it seems a very rhythmical, nice and strong at the crease. Can she produce a bit of magic here for the Badgers? Time will tell.
Now, what is she trying to do there? If she'd actually stood where she was, she would have probably got a wide for that.
Cricket shot.
Has it got enough on it? Yes, it has. Beautifully smacked.
That is a beautiful cricket shot. Just proof that it's not all the time where you have to hack across the line to get value for your shot in the death. Kept her balance, hit through the line of the ball, straight along the ground for 4. Exquisite.
Carrying on where she left off with a not out 50 yesterday, Seshni Naidu. Oh, goes again. This time doesn't get all of it, which probably saves the day. They stick at a single. Good job, because that would have been run out with the direct hit. Single figures now, 9 to win, 14 balls remaining. So it's captain to captain now. Zintle Kula to Zintle Male.
Heard her asking for leg stump. She probably wants to be able to access the offside.
Just like that. probably hear the wind in our sound effects microphones. It's really got up. That's well played. Just a single. Seshni Naidu is determined to run herself out. He's looking for a second run there. Ball was already on its way back to the keeper from a throw on the edge of the circle. So that is end of over number 18, and the Dolphins can sniff it now. They are 8 runs from victory.
This is the over to win it, and you don't want to take it to the last over at all. So I'm sure in their minds they'll be looking, or at least trying, to win the game in this over.
Yeah, Yolandi Pochita is going to bowl it. It's interesting to see that the Badgers have only used 5 bowlers. Very, very unusual in this day and age. So they're trying to crowd Marley on the offside. Nobody on the boundary. They're all inside the circle. And then you can hit it anywhere on the onside for runs. And that's a poor delivery. She's got away with it.
I would actually love to see the cow come up into mid-wicket and to try stop that single on the leg side. Try force her to go over the top to give you an opportunity. Right now, if she's playing it smart, she doesn't really need to play anything that's high risk. Get into the line of the ball, access the leg side, run hard with your partner. Maybe be able to get 2 if you placed it properly.
Oh, it's another bad ball, and she might get 4 here. It's gone past the inner ring. It's just going to come up short, and they are going to come back for 3. That's really good running.
It's really good stuff. Really good batting. Smart batting. Getting into the inside of the ball or into the line of the ball to access the leg side. Got it quite fine and got the reward for it.
So Pochita, experienced player, just hasn't found her line in this penultimate over. Still, it's almost 2 runs for anything in the onside. Straight to long on, and the bowler's gone down in a heap. What has happened there? Oh, might be a bit of cramp. Hoping it's cramp and not a hamstring strain.
That's a bit worrying, and there was a loud cry from the bowler. Hopefully it's not something too serious.
Well, I tell you, one thing for free, I don't think she's going to be able to finish the over. So we talked about them only using 5 bowlers.
Yep.
Now you've got the scenario where somebody's going to have to finish this over who hasn't bowled. And we actually saw this in the 4-day contest that we commentated on, that there was a little bit of cramp for the players out there. And the way she went down there, I'm absolutely convinced that is cramp and not a pull.
That would be good news, Andy. Just looking around Kingsmead, I don't see any snipers. Hopefully it's just cramp.
Well, if it's a decent sniper, you wouldn't see him.
Fair enough.
There'll be a grassy knoll somewhere. Didn't see you at the camouflage training this morning, Zuma. Thank you very much, sir. So Yolandi Pochita, she's back on her feet. And looks like she's going to finish the over. Well, this will be interesting.
Wolverine.
This is one of those moments, though, in any sport where you think you're all right until you actually have to do it. And then your body says no.
Yep. Either that, Andy, or when you try to wake up the next day.
Yes. So it's 4 to win, 1 good hit. Zintle Mali on strike for the Dolphins. Yolandi Pochita will bowl. Oh, and she's gone down in a heap again. And I don't like to say I told you so, but I told you so.
Yeah.
And it's definitely cramp. The body knows. You get yourself into the same position again, and the body says, no, not doing that. And they're probably going to have to carry her off now.
You know it's extremely painful, Andy, when you start crying in your mother tongue. The first cry was in English.
You're so right. You're so right.
The second one was in Afrikaans.
And I was right. She is being carried off. Oh, that's lovely. So 12th man coming on to the field. And somebody is going to have to finish the over.
Was that a dot ball?
It's going to be Julia Hole. It was, yes.
Almost forgot about the cricket.
So Julia Hole actually bowled okay yesterday in the 50-over game. And bowls a little bit of off-spin. So she's going to have to finish the over.
It seems, I'm taking a wild guess here, Andy. I think it looks like an ankle injury.
No, it's definitely a hamstring.
Hamstring.
She can't straighten her leg.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I watched when she went down first time. She went straight to the hamstring.
Not good news.
So Julia Hole, she's experienced the vicissitudes of the game. Yesterday got a not-out century to win it. Today, duck. Now coming on to bowl what could be the last delivery. They've picked up one. They should come back for two. And she will get another ball, Julia Hole. So last ball of the penultimate over coming up. Will it be the last ball of the match? Oh, it should be. It should be. She's got it away. That's going to be four, I think. And that is it. It's all over. Zintley Marley has done the job for the Dolphins. They've won with an over to spare at 130 for 5.
The Dolphins can be really proud with that performance with the bat. They come out guns blazing in the power play, which makes things a little bit easier for them off the power play. A couple of questionable shots after that, but they've managed to get the job done. They've gotten the victory over the Badgers. Very, very well done by the Dolphins women.
So just while I head down and do the post-match, just a little bit of an overview from our two commentators on how this game went.
There were a lot of this game, particularly on the bowling side, but it does seem as though it was a game of partnerships. One good partnership from the Badgers women put them in a total that was what would they felt defendable before they started bowling in the second innings. They started off quite slowly in the power play, which meant that the Dolphins took over in the power play, finishing the power play with over 40 runs, well on their way to victory, until they also put together a good partnership that pretty much sealed the game in the middle overs. Victory has gone the Dolphins' way, and I think it's gone the right way. They've really played some good cricket here today, and they deserve the win.
Nice solid performance by the Dolphins ladies. It all started with Khan getting 20, the top of the order, bringing the intensity, getting some balls over the top, ably assisted by Alex Chandler in 14, Courtney Garland getting 27, Giovanni getting 25. Nice little partnership there with those two, Courtney Garland and Giovanni, almost getting to that 50 mark. And I think that was the difference. The Dolphins ladies had 2 or 3 good partnerships, batting in partnership. But what a good game of T20 cricket. Going down to just before the last over. Badgers ladies can keep their heads up high. They got to a respectable total. Dolphins pipping them by 6 balls remaining. And by 5 wickets. It's been 2 good days of cricket. Saturday owned by the Badgers, doing everything right, bowling, fielding and batting, and vice versa on Sunday. Days owned by the Hollywoodbets women's cricket side. They came out, they had the Badgers 23 for 5. Badgers eventually getting to 127, 126. And then bowling to their plans and putting the Badgers under pressure the whole innings. And coming out on tops at the end of the game. This does lead into a very exciting T20 competition for the ladies, as we are going to be joined downstairs by Andy. He has both teams with him.
Right, end of the game, an over to spare and a win for the Hollywoodbets Dolphins. Yesterday, Zintle, I was talking to you as the victorious captain. As the defeated captain today, anything you would have done differently?
I guess we had a really rough start with our batting. Also, not the start we wanted with our bowling either, but then managed to squeeze it a bit middle overs towards the end. But yeah, it's a bit disappointing, but we need to go back home, back to the drawing board and see what we can do better.
Actually, a fantastic recovery by the Badgers from 23 for 5. You must have been delighted with your final score.
No, I was actually, because like I said, it's not the start we wanted, but then the ladies managed to put us to a good score. It was just a matter of defending it, but unfortunately we couldn't do so.
Who have you got next?
Lions.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Okay, that's Zintle Kula. Let me bring in Zintle Marley now as the victorious captain of the Hollywoodbets Dolphins. Very well played. The winning hit. You bowled beautifully today. You must be a much happier player than you were this time yesterday.
Definitely. I think starting from this morning, winning the toss and choosing to bowl first, it was a great start, and winning the game also, it's fantastic.
It must have been a moment where you had the opposition at 23 for 5 when you thought this is going to be a short day.
Yeah, definitely. We wish that we could have got them out under 100, but things didn't go the way we wanted to. But yeah, we're happy.
You seem to come out with a very positive attitude batting-wise. Was that something you talked about?
Yeah, like with the our batting and the number that I'm betting, we have a very long betting lineup, but yeah, I think going in and having less runs, and it was a very positive mindset for me to finish the runs and win the game for the team.
Well, very important win for the Dolphins after losing your first T20 game, so good luck for the rest of the series.
Thank you very much.
Okay, it's time now for our player of the match. She doesn't know yet, but for 52 not out and some really high quality batting, we're going to give it to Cilliers. Isel, you batted beautifully on both days, so that's contributed to us giving you the player of the match. You'll be disappointed to lose, but the batting was a real highlight for you.
Yes, I was just trying to take it deep. I think Nadine and Mika supported me well today, so thank you to them as well.
And going back to yesterday, I mean, what an important innings you played yesterday, and how well Julia Hull batted.
Yes, she batted really brilliantly. In the beginning it was a bit dodged, but then we said we just need to take it deep and bat as long as possible. And luckily she scored 100 as well, so I was very happy for her. But yeah, we're very happy with that.
You're one of 3 players who moved across from the Free State to the Badgers at the end of the season. What was the reason for that?
I was thinking maybe I needed change, so I think Oudtshoorn is doing me well, staying there as well. So yeah, it's happily a good move for me.
Well, it's been a pleasure watching you. Well played.
Thank you so much.
There we go, that's Giselle Cilliers. She is our player of the match, and that is the end of the contest today. It's a really good win for the home side, the Hollywoodbets Dolphins. See you again soon.